What does it mean to be an anthropologist? Is it possible to study other cultures without preconceived notions? If we start with our own values, how can we judge those of others? For instance, how can we look at religion with a scientific mind? And how can we, who are used to seeing these two as incompatible, understand the culture which ties them together? Who seems more narrow-minded? The simple person who resolves all or life's questions on a supernatural level, or the scientist who categorizes it all with dry rationality? The cultures of the two seem destined to remain estranged. Yet, the anthropologist should not deny himself the effort to find points of contact, to open those avenues of communication which permit one culture to understand another. One should climb high on the hill, from where one can look back at society with objectivity and see into the souls of the people there. One should search for a mode of communication which goes beyond cultural boundaries, sharing the values of other cultures with the faith that these values belong to everyone. When the people of Jaipur climb Galta every morning to pray to the sun, what they are doing could be seen as ridiculous. After all, haven't they been taught that the sun is nothing but a huge mass of gas inflamed by a nuclear reaction? But instead of seeing it this way, should not the anthropologist learn from this religious view to reach a level from where it's possible to look at man with objectivity and respect? From here, one can see that beyond the chaos of daily events, there exists an immeasurable, yet constant, human element upon which we may construct the study of mankind. And from here, it is possible to look at all societies with the same solidarity with which one looks at one's own. In Galta, the Hindu devotees offer food to the monkeys because in their prayers they found a sense of benevolence towards all of creation. And so, after descending the mountain, they re-enter social life with a sense of solidarity towards others who, like you, must find a way to carry on their responsibilities in this world.
Jaipur, the capital of Rajasthan, was founded by a king who was also a famous astrologer. The original city was constructed according to astrological configurations, forming a kind of mystical diagram, creating on Earth a map of the laws believed to regulate the universe. Today the city is crowded, full of life, of traffic, of all the hopes and contradictions of a modern city. The old city of Jaipur has been overridden by new industrial development, a process which has happened in all countries with a long history behind them. But here, the change has been especially dramatic because of the speed with which it has taken place. Until recently, the people here on the border of the desert, on what once were the frontiers of the Indian Empire, lived separated from the rest of the world. Most of what has changed has occurred in the last 10 years. And while grand projects are blossoming with new economic hope, one also lives here with the fear of seeing one's historical identity being erased forever, along with those aspects of the culture which carry forward its spiritual values. They are in danger of being tied to the past, of becoming an exhibition in a museum, like the old astrological city of Jaipur, now found only within the gates of the royal palaces. The ancient Indian science of astrology is based on the idea that everything in nature is interlinked. The whole of the cosmos is seen as one single being, enlivened by the pulsations of a spiritual core reflected in the movement of each and every being. This heart is imagined to be beyond space, beyond matter. And if the ancient Hindus searched the skies for premonitions, it wasn't because they believed the stars to rule life on Earth, but because they believed that the celestial bodies reflect, with geometrical precision, this cosmic pulsation affecting all of life. And so, by charting the stars, one could better observe the directions of life on Earth, mystically and eternally integrated with all of creation.